You know, to talk about Dinesh Patel is one of those great honors a person has in life. What a great attribute he is to the state of Utah, literally to this whole country, if not to all humankind.
What we have learned from Dinesh is that he will be there for us when we need him, that he will do what he says he will do, that he'll keep our best interests at heart, and that he will help us grow and become stronger for the sake of others. He's a wonderful human being.
Just that he's a really nice guy. He's easy to talk to. You know, he's down to earth.
Not many, venture capitalists drive their car with Snoop Dogg cranked up on the hip hop on the radio, and my kids think he's cool because he likes rap music. But that's Dinesh. He's not. You meet him and you think he's this, kind of quiet and shy guy, and then you hear him in his car driving by with the thump, thump, thump of the radio, and you're just shocked. And he's so fun to be around, and he's just brilliant. I mean, his mind is amazing.
He has great character, is all I can say.
If all companies were run by somebody who had the qualities of Dinesh, this country wouldn't be in the financial mess it's in now.
Dinesh, I like to call him as a man for all seasons. He's done everything. He's interacted with all kinds of people. He's raised in Africa. He has roots in India. Got his PhD at University of Michigan. He's comfortable with all kinds of people, not just because he's had a cosmopolitan upbringing, but because he's the kind of person he is. He's genuinely interested in people.
Dinesh is actually born in Zambia, and he only spent 4 years in India, and he met his wife Kalpana there. They got married.
Well, in 1973 in India, we got introduced by my cousin's sister who was their neighbors in Zambia, Africa. And that's how we met.
After we met, within 2 weeks we got married.
Dinesh is really a remarkable person, but what makes him strong, I think, is the partnership he has with Kalpana, his wife. She's beautiful, she's as smart as he is, and they're a real force to be dealt with in this community.
The word Dinesh means Lord of the Day, which means the knowledge, Lord of knowledge. So he's knowledge. And Kalpana means imagination, idea. And as Einstein said, imagination is more important than knowledge. Without imagination, Dinesh is clueless.
People with the last name Patel, we tend to be entrepreneurial. Most of us want to have our own business. And so I had decided way back when that by 1985 I'm going to start my own company, whatever it is. I had just said I'm going to start a company. So yeah, from early on I decided I was not going to work for somebody for too long. At the right time, go on my own. So.
He has helped so many entrepreneurs develop their creativity, their innovativeness. He has the ability to know when an idea can be nourished and polished and start forming the basis of a new company, and then several years later that company is contributing millions to the economy of the state of Utah. And Dinesh has probably done this 15, 16 times.
25 years ago, there was a small room in the basement of the pharmacy school in which walked an ambitious young man, Dinesh Patel, who had flown in from his work at a large pharmaceutical company to describe how he could become one of the founders of Theratech and lead that organization to develop new drug delivery compounds and new drug delivery solutions for delivering hormones.
He's got a lot of guts to actually quit his job, move his family to Utah, and start a company with basically nothing. Takes a lot of bravery.
Part is you don't know what you don't know. And that's why you get involved. I mean, trying to start a pharmaceutical company where you need hundreds of millions of dollars to get a product out on the market. If I had studied, let's say if I had a pure business background and studied all this, maybe I would not have jumped into that easily without having any kind of serious financing.
We were going to start a phase 3 program called Androderm. And he didn't have the money to pay for the phase 3 program, yet he signed all the contracts to start that phase 3 program, fully committed to go out and get the funding to get it done. That took a lot of guts.
Well, you know, we'd never been to Utah when we came in, and we just packed and we came. So, you know, when we moved here, we said, we have to make it work. You know, I quit my last job and I came here, so failure was not an option. You got to make it work. That's it.
For several decades in the Utah life sciences community, the major focus of attention really was medical devices. So I think it's worth noting that Dinesh was able to come into town when we founded Theratech, just a group of 4 or 5 of us, and bring a totally new vision and a totally new infrastructure, and something that frankly Utah had not done well before, which is the biotech pharma sector. I think the fact that he could create not only technical bodies of expertise, but attract the right people, expertise, and management team around those concepts in an area that had no infrastructure historically in the biotech pharma sector is a truly world-class accomplishment. 1999 is when Watson acquired Theratech, and Dinesh left the company at that point and has been doing his own thing ever since.
I think a great scientific mind and understanding, and really the ability to see opportunities and to bring all of these combinations together to benefit in a lot of different areas, whether it's a new company or a new product or a new program in the community or at the university.
And he sees areas of success. He sees where people should go next with what's happening, especially in the area of healthcare, I think, and biotech. He's got such an amazing ability to sense where things should go and drive that market.
He's really been kind of an example, I think, of what an entrepreneur can do and what it takes, and which really is an inspiring story for a lot of entrepreneurs.
USTAR, it stands for Utah Science, Technology, and Research, and it's an organization that receives state funding, and then it downstreams that funding to the University of Utah and Utah State to do research in areas that can create new jobs, that can be commercialized and create new industries and jobs for Utah and build our economy. And the idea was Dinesh Patel's.
He also has the capacity to look around the larger society and understand how he might make a contribution to the society as a whole, as opposed to his own immediate commercial venture. And of course, giving back in the form of allocating capital vis-a-vis Spring, and giving back to the extraordinary work that's being done now at the university with USTAR, and trying to incubate and develop whole new generations of biological and biotech entities that will create jobs and opportunities for generations of Utahns, is something that, frankly, I think only Dinesh Patel was capable of doing in this community.
Dinesh Patel is an extraordinary person who has, in many ways, been one of the real godfathers of the USTAR initiative, for example. And it's really emblematic, I think, of the kind of work that he's done elsewhere in the business community. He actually doesn't believe he does it himself. He brings teams together, he empowers them, but it gives him enormous credibility. And so when he was speaking to the legislature, it really was clear to them that this kind of initiative was what Utah needed, and they believed that in some measure because Dinesh said that.